Today we're going to talk about Formula One and how it is no longer a sport, how it's just entertainment and how it's shite. Today we're supposed to be doing a compression test on this Golf, but I just, after watching the Formula One at the weekend, I'm just sitting thinking, it's just no longer became a sport, it's just pure entertainment. Like, what is the point of it anymore? Like, we should stop saying that it's a sport. Like, Formula One's popularity is higher than it's ever been. Well, maybe not higher than it's ever been, but Formula One's popularity is growing massively. It's popular in America. But honestly, don't bite the hand that feeds you, because you're just turning it into a pure spectacle of entertainment, right? The last Formula One I went to was Abu Dhabi 2014, when the turbo cars came. I hadn't been to Formula One for a while, and I was like, let's go and see what these new cars are like. And I remember sitting there and qualifying on the Saturday like, the fuck is this shit? Like, the last time I'd been to Formula One before that was in the V10s. Monaco in the V10s, incredible, like the noise, echoing around all of the buildings, like unbelievable weekend. Then I'm sitting, it's a good few years later, in Abu Dhabi 2014, and this is turbo cars going round, farting around the circuit, and I remember watching in the qualifying, and I was like, this is just, what is this? This is like absolutely gash, right? And then the race the same, and I probably watched a few more races that season and then just gave up on Formula One. I just stopped watching Formula One. I didn't watch it anymore. That was me done, right? I was like, this is shite, right? Then the start of this season, I was like, let's dip into Formula One again. We haven't watched it for a while. Let's give it another go, come back to it. So started watching this season, and a few things become really clear really quickly in Formula One. The racing is still pretty tame, really, right? The cars still sound like shit, right? But what's ridiculous was this weekend at Spa, right? And this hours-long delay before the race. Now, I like that Max Verstappen, he came out and said, why didn't we race? We should have been racing straight away. And they should have been racing straight away. It wasn't really raining. At the time it was spitting. There was a bit of a shower of rain afterwards. But for me, what's the worst part of it is they said there was nearly 400,000 spectators there. You have 400,000 people sitting in the rain for an hour, waiting for the race to start, and then they have to sit there for another hour, watch the race, wet, right? And what race did they get once they actually started the race? They got a shite race. The leader is 8 seconds in front of the next car. Piastri's 8 seconds in front of Norris. Norris is 13 seconds or more in front of Leclerc. So you're sitting there soaking wet after waiting an hour for a race to start, and you've got Piastri goes past, 8 seconds. Norris goes past, another 10 seconds plus. Leclerc goes past. Wow, what is that? That's a race? That's watching racing? And I've sat there in the fucking soaking wet through all this rain to watch this shit. It's like, no way. Like, you are just absolutely betraying the fans, like, more than anything by doing that. Like, the people that are there and the drivers are all sitting around in their thing looking fucking moody as usual. Ooh. And like, people are they're all on the telly, you've seen all the mechanics drinking cups of tea and shit like that. Oh my god, here we go. Package just came. So then all these fans are sitting there soaking wet, and to watch what race? To watch an absolute snooze fest. Hamilton coming through the back, and like, what's going on with Hamilton? Like, he's sitting half a second off that Williams for 10 laps. If his cars got DRS, it's supposed to be able to pass people with DRS. Hamilton's in the DRS zone for half of that race, just sitting behind. I can't remember his name, the Williams. But it's like, what's going on? Like, Hamilton did a great job passing all those cars earlier on in the rain. But imagine if they were running in the rain and there was loads of passing and we got something different. They threw the cat amongst the pigeons in a bit of rain. Did Bernie Ecclestone not always say, wish you could make it rain at every race? Is that what people are wanting to see? People want to see the spectacle. People would want to see wet Formula One, want to see the rain. Surely that's what people want. They don't want to sit waiting for an hour, especially if you're in the crowd, sitting waiting for an hour for the drivers to decide to go. After the race, they're saying, oh yeah, Carlos Sainz and George Russell didn't want to start the race. Carlos Sainz and George Russell could have got a chance to win the race, highly unlikely, but they could have got a chance to win the race if there had been something happening. As it stands, in the rain, they're not going to do, in the dry, they're not going to do nothing, they don't have the cars for it. So, George Russell's the spokesman for the drivers, and it's like, if I was a driver, I'd be like, better rain, this is my chance to try something different, a chance to, look at the last race, Verstappen spinning. You could have something happen with the McLarens, with Piastri and Norris. You're a driver, you could have a chance. If I was any other driver, if I was every driver down the line other than Piastri and Norris, I'd be like, let's go, in the rain, let's go. I wouldn't be going, oh, it's going to be fucking some spray, man, I can't see. I'd be like, let's race. That's your chance to actually get a decent position for once, instead of just cruising around. And it's like, I really don't understand it. It's like, it's pure entertainment. Like, there's so, in no sport, there's so much of it now, it just isn't a sport. The biggest part I don't understand about the racing is why, obviously they're just trying to regulate everything out of existence in the sport, right? But we have DRS, why can't the drivers why do you only have to use the DRS in the DRS zones? The drivers should be allowed to use the DRS everywhere they can around the track. You know what I mean? And then that's like another thing that you can use, another trick that you are using to, gain places, and like who's got the most bottle, to use their DRS here and find better ways to use it, as opposed to, you're on the straight, press the button, see if we can pass. No, still can't pass. What is the point of that? It's like, I really don't understand. And I really wanted to give Formula One a good chance this year. Let's get back into it and let's watch this season, see what happens, and then next year there's new rules and maybe it'll be interesting. Is it? Is it really interesting? Not really. The whining from the drivers is just too much now, on the radio. Oh, he passed me, oh, he cut me off. I'd be better off not listening. I think it makes people really not like it more. Is they shouldn't play all those radio messages of the drivers complaining, oh, he cut me off, or he blocked me, he bumped me. To quote Cole Trickle, Robbins Racing, do you know what I mean? This fucking telltale Formula One we live in. I understand exactly why they do it, because it's oh, we're making Formula One more appealing to women. But it's my girlfriend watches it and she's like, oh, I can't stand this, all of this whining, right? And if you're making it appealing to telltale 14-year-old girls, oh, look, George told on him. Who's that appealing to? It's really, it's so unappealing to watch, right? And then, how many times do we need to see, oh, there's Lando Norris's mum? How about seeing, now, this is going to be dated, but just there's Naomi Campbell, there's Elle McPherson, there's Cindy Crawford, there's Jordan. I mean, we've probably seen enough of Jordan, but do you know what I mean? That's what they're showing us in Formula One before, and it was oh, there's Lando Norris's mum. It's who gives a fuck? Honestly, they're zooming in on him, and then they're putting him out of focus and zooming in her in the background in the shots, and it's if I was him, I'd be look, Mum, you need to stop coming to the Grand Prix because this is embarrassing. Do you know what I mean? People are laughing at me. This looks really bad. I don't know, but that was disgusting, what they did in that race the other day. Obviously when they had terrestrial television and it had a time zone and it had to be on, that was impossible. You couldn't do that. The race has to start when the race starts. and you can't just have the race running longer and the red flags and all this bullshit because of a bit of rain. Like, terrestrial television meant the race had to start and the race had to go. It had an allotted time spot to be on the television. And now, obviously, with streaming, they can just be like, oh, we'll just make this last all fucking day. It's like, no way. Like, people are tuning in to watch a race starting at 3 o'clock. The race shouldn't have started behind a safety car. If you're going to hit the first corner and you're losing 10 cars, then that's racing. The drivers have to be able to drive and keep the car on the track in the conditions of the day, not just in absolute perfect racing conditions. They have to be able to race in whatever the conditions are, and just trying to curate dry races. What does curating dry races mean? It means there's one overtake and then it's a procession of fucking 5, 8, 10, 15 seconds between the cars. Wow, you've curated a really great spectacle for people to watch. I'm sorry, but that's not sport. That's some kind of manipulated entertainment, and it's pish. Honestly, it's pish. It's really pish. It's getting worse as the season's going on. My like enthusiasm to watch it is getting lesser and lesser, and it's not because it's not like a tight, like, you know, fair play to Oscar Piastri. He's doing really well. Like, no knocking him. He's doing fantastic. He's probably still not the best driver on the grid. That's probably still Max, but he is doing fantastic job. The British Grand Prix where he got fucking knocked back and Lando Norris all celebrating at the British Grand Prix. Woo! I won the British Grand Prix. I should be like, if I was him, I'd be going over to Piastri and going, you won that, mate, like, well played. Like, I'm not like celebrating like, oh, this is the first time I've ever won the British Grand Prix. You haven't really won the British Grand Prix, right? Your teammate got demoted for some bullshit, right? It's not something to be celebrated. Oh, my first win of the British Grand Prix. You got gifted that, right? And that stinks also. Stinks. So, and I'm not down on McLaren. I'm really enjoying McLaren this year. Like, it's doing really well. But there's just a few wee things, like, big up Piastri to win this season. But, like, honestly, the whining. Carlos Sainz is the worst for the whining. Woo-hoo-hoo. Who gives a fuck? Shut up, right? If you're not going to win anything and just complain, he did this to me, he did that to me, he blocked me. So I mean, like, and if you're driving around Snowdon and he does something crazy, you should be expecting that. That should just be like, I've got to watch him. He's a loose cannon on the track. Do you know what I mean? We can't just be like telltaling on people. He blocked me. You have to work to the conditions that are put in front of you. You have to work around these obstacles. You have to just not be like complaining straight to the stewards and stuff. But anyway, that's enough Formula One chat this week. But honestly, that making those fans sit in the rain for an hour when they're already wet while we wait for it to dry up to give them an absolutely shite race that's unforgivable. Like, that race should have went ahead. Shouldn't have started behind the safety car. It should have been like, go, 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 and just let the chips fall where they land. You know what I mean? Like, that's racing, not this curated driving around behind the safety car forever. And like, let the flag drop, right? Let the flag drop. Let them go into the first corner and see who gets through it. It's a test of skill in driving. If you can't get through it, then that's the whole point of the thing. It's not, can you get through this corner in the perfect conditions? It's, can you get through this corner in any conditions? Anyway, that's enough Formula One rant for this week again, but it's bad. It's really bad. Make me want to tune out.